welcome to Atlas Eats Christmas edition. With me today, I have Erica Bradford and Brett Masterson. Both are awesome recruiters with Atlas MedStaff. Today we are going to be doing air fryer chocolate chip cookies, gluten-free edition. That's right, we said gluten-free. Why are we doing gluten-free, Erica?
Because I have celiac, so I have to eat gluten-free.
And what does that mean?
If you have celiac disease, it is an autoimmune disease. So if I eat gluten, which is the protein found in wheat, then I get really sick for a really long time.
Yeah, I have some friends that have it, and it's pretty bad. Brett, why are you here?
Baking cookies is one of my few hobbies.
So do you want to learn how to do cookies in an air fryer?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
All right, I never thought I wanted to do this, but here we are, and let's go ahead and get started on this.
All right.
All right, can you read us the recipe?
Certainly I can. All right, first we have a half a cup of unsalted butter softened.
All right, here's my butter going into the mixer, unsoftened.
Then we have a half a cup of brown sugar packed.
Okay.
And a half a cup of granulated sugar.
All right, so we have these all pre-measured out, going into the mixer. So go ahead and read us the directions on what we're doing here. Why are we doing this?
First, you have to cream together the butter, brown sugar, and granulated sugar until well combined. Then we're gonna add the eggs and vanilla extract, but you have to make sure that your eggs are room temperature. There's 2 of them.
So I've already pre-measured out my eggs, and I pre-measured out my vanilla. They have been sitting out for a little bit, so they are room temperature. We're gonna let this whip up a little bit and get super, super creamy. Make sure everything's very well mixed.
Question for you, Karen.
Yes.
I saw you use light brown sugar.
Yes.
You being the professional, why do you use light versus dark? Because I always use dark in everything I bake with, regardless of what the recipe calls for.
It was probably on sale.
Is what you had?
If a recipe calls for a specific brown sugar, I might use it, but honestly, I think it's just whatever you want.
Gotcha.
I don't have a preference. I usually just buy whatever's on sale.
Gotcha.
More brown sugar is always better, so
Yes.
I always add more.
All right, we're gonna take and we're just gonna scrape down the sides here really quickly because we want everything to be very well mixed. One key to baking is always stopping, scraping down the sides and the bottom of your mixer. I mean, if you just want some butter and sugar right now, we're gonna let this mix a little bit longer and I'll show you what it should look like texture-wise.
You're much more patient than I am when I bake. Maybe that's my problem.
I did it professionally for 10 years, so one thing I learned is you try not to hurry it too much. If you do it right the first time, it means you don't have to go back and do it again.
It looks pretty delicious already, I'd say.
I mean, it's butter and sugar, so I'm pretty sure you
bad.
could take a bite of it and it would still be good. Or you could just take and put it on some toast right now and it'd be awesome.
That would be good.
All right, so we've got our butter and sugar, nice and mixed up. It's just a little bit fluffy, creamy, is what we want. We could even let it go a little bit longer if we wanted to get it a little fluffier. All you're doing is just beating more air into it, so we don't have to. It's all ready to go?
You're adding your eggs and vanilla extract and beat it until it's well combined. I will say the important thing for the gluten-free flour, if you are baking gluten-free, is to find one that's cup for cup versus like just an all rice flour or an all almond flour. It gets really gritty if you just choose one of those. This one should already have xanthan gum in it, which helps it taste a little bit more, I don't know, regular.
So we use xanthan gum in a lot of recipes as a thickener. It helps hold it together. So instead of the gluten, the xanthan gum is your structure part of this recipe. So get that all scraped down. Okay, so what's our next part?
Yep, next you're going to need to whisk together the flour, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. So you have 1.5 cups of gluten-free or regular all-purpose flour.
Got it.
Half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
Half a teaspoon of baking soda. Half a teaspoon of baking powder.
And we have all those pre-measured in this cup. We're gonna dump it all together. Use one of our little spoons here and just give it a nice mix up.
Now this is usually the step that I don't do because I figure it's gonna mix in there. So tell me why we should actually do that.
I know when I'm making regular cookies, not gluten-free cookies, one of the things you don't want to do is over-mix your cookies. So when you add your flour to your wet mixture that you have, you want to mix it just until that flour is combined and it just looks wet. So it's not over-mixed. If you keep, that's when you're going to start forming that gluten and your cookies are going to get tougher. So you want to just mix until it's all mixed together. So
that's why you mix the dries
mix this in together.
first.
It's already kind of pre-mixed, so you can add it just till it's wet, and then you can stop, because then you're gonna have to add another ingredient. So now we're gonna add our dries to our wet mixture. Ooh, it's looking good. We're gonna mix it really slow. We're gonna watch it until it's just wet. And then the last step when we add the chocolate chips is we're not gonna use the mixer for it. We're just gonna hand mix it.
Okay.
Because once again, you wanna be really careful about over mixing your cookies.
About how often do you scrape down the bowl when you're doing this?
So when I'm making cookies, I make sure I scrape down the bowl with the butter and sugar, and then I'll scrape it down again after you add the eggs and like the vanilla. And then I'll come in here and I'm gonna take the bowl off. Ooh, that looks like some good cookie dough.
Yum.
So far, so good. I'm pretty excited about this now.
Eat it now.
I do too.
We don't need to bake it.
And so as you can see, it's mixed, but it's not overly mixed. There's still even a little bit of dry in there that you can see.
But that'll all mix in as we add in the chocolate chips.
So how much chocolate chips does it say to add?
Well, it says 1 cup.
All right.
I say do what you want.
That's a girl after my own heart. I'm gonna make sure I get all that dough.
And I see that you have milk chocolate chips.
So I have milk chocolate chips from home, but I also had some extra semi-sweet chocolate chips, and so I just threw them all in one bag. So it's a little bit of both. Okay. I typically will only use like semi-sweets or a little bit darker because that's what I like. But I feel like you just do whatever you want. I'm guessing this is about a cup. So we're just gonna take and just hand mix this. Oh, looks pretty good. These are looking good. Sorry about my elbow in your face, Erica.
It's fine. When you're using the air fryer to bake, you should not preheat with the parchment paper inside.
Lesson learned. So we turned in the air fryer to preheat it. Totally forgot we had the parchment paper in there, and all it does is suck straight up into the heating coil, and voila, we have a
don't do the
parchment paper. So we're gonna go ahead, pull the basket out, throw this in.
I was thinking we'd put the cookies on and then drop it in.
You wanna do that? All right, let's do that. We're gonna.
Ooh, this could be real interesting.
We're gonna follow it. So we're just gonna add a little bit of cookies. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, these are going to be good looking cookies.
In just about
all right, I think that's about all we're going to get on there. And without having to touch the cookies, I'm not going to roll them into little balls.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
All right, you're going to have to teamwork this, my friends.
Teamwork.
And then don't touch the air fryer because it's hot.
I'll take this side. You take that side. Ready?
Oh, friends.
Go, 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 go. Not too shabby.
You got it in pretty well. I was expecting a disaster, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm still expecting a disaster.
I mean, they're probably all gonna turn into one. Right. We might have overfilled it, but.
We'll find out.
And then we're just gonna have like, what do they call those blondies?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna throw these back in for,
well,
300 degrees
I'm gonna tell
for how
you
many
here.
minutes?
Cook time is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
8 to 10.
Perfect. All right, so we'll be back in 10 minutes. All right, we are back. Our cookies have been air fried for 10 minutes at 300 degrees. Never thought in my lifetime I would see a cookie put in an air fryer and come out. They look amazing. I'm pretty excited. So
don't forget, we let them sit for 3 to 4 minutes to cool.
I suppose if you want to let them sit and not burn your fingers off or, you know, melt your tongue, you let them cool for 3 to 4 minutes. So we're gonna pull them out of the basket. Ow, ow, no, I'm just kidding, they're not hot. Oh, voila, look at this. This is amazing.
Good.
All right. I mean, they're not like visually stunning because we didn't, you know, roll them in a ball or anything, but they look pretty good.
How they look is only secondary to how they actually taste.
All right, let's try this. Ooh,
they still are.
Very, very hot. Very hot.
Ooh. Okay, great. I'm gonna take a piece.
All right.
Are we gonna do the Nestle Toll House?
So,
break it in half?
Go ahead.
There's no chocolate chips in the middle.
Oh, mine
is nothing but chocolate chips. I don't even know if mine is baked because it's just chocolate chips. They're so hot.
They're perfect.
Actually,
they're really fluffy.
Who was in charge of the milk?
You were.
Oh.
Did you not get the memo?
Yeah, I know. I just got any. Yeah.
Actually, these are for a gluten-free cookie. They actually are fluffy, which is hard to do because a lot of times gluten-free cookies tend to get really flat and crispy. But this, the Krusteaz all-purpose gluten-free flour seems to be the trick here. I just picked one that had all chocolate chips, so I better try a little bit. That's just some of the dough. It is Christmas time. Maybe you are in charge of some desserts for your unit as you're traveling, but all you have is an air fryer, and you have some people on your floor that cannot eat gluten. I do give this recipe a big thumbs up. I would eat these again.
Yeah.
Me too.
Absolutely. So thumbs up to air-fried gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. I mean, it seems like it takes longer to say that name than anything else, but
It took about as long to say it as it does to make them.
how about? Happy eats.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.